Hi YouTube, welcome back. So today I'm talking about my solitary purchase from this summer's Guerlain Terracotta release. I bought this yesterday and it's the Terracotta Sahara Jewel limited edition. What do they call it? I call it a bronzer. They call it the Sunlight Duo Bronzing Powder Face and Décolleté. So every year I think Terracotta, the Guerlain bronzing range, brings out a special item, not to be confused with the Guerlain summer range bronzer as well. So let me show you straight away this one and why I bought it. It comes in a tin version, an absolutely massive tin, although the fact it's a tin makes it a bit lighter. It's 25 grams of product and it's a screw top. The tin has a mirror in it, which I'm not going to flash at me, but you can see there. Very useful for putting your makeup on. And here's the product. So pretty. I couldn't resist this, even though I'm not really a bronzer girl overall, and I have just bought already the Clarins bronzer that I showed. Have I showed? Yeah, I think I showed the other week, and I'm really enjoying. So I didn't really need another bronzer. I also use nearly every day, actually, Chanel's Tan de Soleil as my go-to bronzer. But this is almost really a collector's item. I have to say, first of all, this is not what it will look like when it wears. And I saw the worn item and tested from the worn item on the stand when I bought this yesterday. So this beautiful gold overlay comes off, actually, if previous years is anything to go by, within the first use. And in fact, what we will be left with is a pink square. So where it's looking gold, that is all pink, gold and bronze, is a pink square in the middle. And then the surrounding bit will be the bronzer. So you can use it swiping your brush in both the pink and the bronze. Or because there's quite a big square of pink in the middle, you can definitely use that as a blush, and then the surrounding bit as a bronzer, which was what sold it to me. And the reason I say that is I have bought these products before. In fact, I got out last year's only the other evening. This is last year's one, which was called Tropical Chic, or yeah, Chic Tropic. Again, you see the really pretty tin, same kind of colour that they play with. And if anything, it was even more beautiful last year. So that's last year's. And you can see I haven't even used it once because I can't bear to wipe off the overlay. There's a kind of little brush stroke there where I've had a go. So the overlay is going to come up the very first time I use it. And what was underneath that one is just purely the bronzer. And I don't know that I really need another bronzer badly enough to spoil this beautiful pattern. But I'm also thinking to myself, it's just crazy keeping this and never using it and looking at it from time to time. The other thing that I do is sniff it, because it's the most beautiful smell. It's not the meteorite smell. It's a very kind of exotic Tahitian frangipani type smell. Really, really nice. But again, a poor reason for having a bronzer that you'll never use. So I think that I may sadly let go of this baby because I can't bear to use it, and it's an expensive indulgence just to look at. I do intend to use this one after I've photographed it a few times for Instagram, pretty as it looks. And having tested it out in store, I can say, I can show you here really, it's very finely milled, not the softest of powdery bronzers, but I hope you can see there, it's quite a pale bronzer. Look, swatching barely at all. Which is actually exactly what I need, being as pale as I am. It's kind of goldeny bronze, but it's not going to be for darker skins. I did try the Guerlain exclusive main collection bronzer, which is much darker and would be more suitable for darker skins. Now, I didn't get it, so you get the look. That's the look of it. This one's from a couple of years ago. It's this much more substantial than the tin, but therefore heavier, magnetic, wooden, eco-friendly. Here's one I've had from a few years ago. And again, it's a kind of gold mixed with the bronze. You can see I have used this one. This one's fairly light, but you can see definitely darker even on that swatch. And this is definitely several years old than the terracotta one, unusually. And when I tested that one, it was definitely a bit too dark for me, so I didn't get that. But it's very, very pretty, the one they've got this year. They've also got a main line gold highlighter. It's very gold. It's not as gold as the one I always show, which is a terracotta one, Sun in the City. Again, several years ago. Just a massive product in this one. I wear this for parties. It's a really gold highlighter, which even I, who love highlighters, you can see how strong that one is. You can in fact wear it as an eyeshadow, and I sometimes do, and I bring it out actually more at Christmas than in the summer. But it's the product they've brought out this year is quite similar to that, not as, it's a lighter gold, I would say, than that. They've also brought out the usual limited edition meteorites, yet again getting smaller and smaller. Pretty white tin with pastel coloured meteorites in, including yellow, which I don't think I've seen before. I do usually buy these, and I just stopped myself yesterday because although I do use them, I don't use them all the time. I never use them up. I mean, they just last forever. So I've got special editions going back years, and I've got, you know, pretty much all the colour combinations, and it doesn't make a huge difference to how they look on the skin, although it's very pretty looking at the different coloured baubles in the different years special editions. And I'm just getting to the stage where I'm thinking, although I love my makeup and I'm not going to stop buying and trying new things, I'm not a collector. I'm not just buying makeup for the sake of having it sitting in drawers. I haven't got the room in my tiny flat for that, and although I'm quite happy to waste quite a lot of money, that does seem like a bit of a waste for me. So I am trying now to buy things that I'm actually going to use, and if I buy things and I find they don't work out, then I'm going to let go of them, and I'm going to try, you know, to limit what I buy. So I didn't buy the new meteorites. I've kind of stopped myself, and I'm trying to live with the fact that I am not going to collect any more meteorites. So there, I've said it out loud, without going to a support group. That's what I'm trying to do. Also in the range, they've got the usual kind of summer lipstick range. They're making the limited edition lipsticks where you can choose your case and put it with the colour of your choice. Very tempted by that, but I didn't fall for it yet. There's a terracotta cushion foundation, which I was very tempted by. I have been using recently the Guerlain Lingerie de Peau cushion. I'm going to talk about this along with the two others that I'm kind of alternating with from Dior and Chanel, and about which I prefer. But I was definitely in the market for the terracotta one, partly because it comes in a very exciting orange package. To be fair, the sales assistant dissuaded me from that. She said their lighter shade was much too dark for me, and she was definitely right. So I saved myself an expensive mistake there. What I did get, which is not part of the makeup range, is a pore minimizer treatment, which I haven't even seen advertised yet. That probably means it's not that successful if it hasn't hit the blogs. I haven't used it yet. I'll keep you updated about that, because enlarged pores is definitely one of my obsessions at the moment. It looks really bad when makeup goes into the pores around my nose and chin, and I fight an ongoing battle finding primers and foundations that don't emphasize that problem for me. So it would be great if I could manage to shrink them. I'll let you know if that relatively cheap cream, I think it was under £20, does the trick. And I also got a nice little sample of the Aqua foundation, which I'm excited to try. So that was the result of my visit to the Guerlain counter yesterday. Just this solitary little beauty, really, but a beauty nonetheless. And I shall speak to you again soon. Bye for now.